Earlier, I could have not bought because I didn't know that someone makes lovely tea masala in Chhattisgarh. Yeah. So that's what e-commerce has done. It's given that customer satisfaction on a scale of 10 to 8. Earlier it was 5 because I could buy tea masala only from the local store for whatever local options I had. Yeah. So that's the second axis. First axis I told you was the cost axis. Second was customer satisfaction axis. Yeah. Third is called disintermediation. Can I build a platform where different people come together and it disintermediates the different channels? So normally you got so many channels to reach the customer. You got starting from distributor to wholesaler to retailer to. So can I disintermediate any business which is having so many different channels? And internet allows that. So internet is today the foundation on which so many new businesses have been established. So that's the third axis you can look at in terms of solving a customer problem. But fall in love with the problem and use design thinking in that journey of solving your problem. Don't fall in love with your idea, because otherwise you'll go into that 42% of startups which failed because they had a lovely idea, but there was no market need for that idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sir. Yes, sir. And the next question is that how can we prepare for future emergencies and how can I improve ineffective systems in my business?
How can I prepare for future emergencies?
Emergencies and how can I improve ineffective systems in my business?
Okay, so actually, rarely does a small team have. I'm answering the second question first, because the first question I'm still not clear in terms of what future emergencies the questioner is talking about. Ineffective systems are in bigger corporations normally, because the bigger you are, it's like the elephant. Although there was a book written saying elephants can dance, it's tough, really tough for elephants to dance. So it's like even an ant is more powerful than an elephant. Eh? We've heard that story that ant goes into the elephant ear and kills the elephant. So that's the beauty of being a small team, a startup, that you are so agile in terms of addressing different challenges that you can innovate quickly, you can design new prototypes quickly, and you can work on that three axes which I shared with you in a faster, smarter, quicker way to solve customers' challenges. So the ineffectiveness is rarely there in smaller teams of startups. It's the agility which is there, which makes them like, if you read the papers, so many edtech startups have doubled their valuation in 3 months to 6 months, doubled. So the investor trusts that startup 2x times more than they were trusting them only 3 months, 6 months back. For a Reliance, for a Tata company, it will take 10 years to double its valuation versus 3 to 6 months. So that's the agility. Because of the agility, investors trust them and give them double their valuation in a smaller period of 3 to 6 months. First question, I'm not clear. What does he mean by future emergency? So I'm not able to answer that.
Yes, sir.
And
And
whoever's asked it, repost that question to you on the comments. See, anybody who has questions, please post it in comments, and Bhavna will be able to collate maximum and
yes,
share
sir.
it. Yeah.
And this future emergencies is in regard to COVID-19, sir. Post COVID-19, like how will it be?
Yeah. So if I understand, if it's a question related to COVID, as an individual and as a corporation, these events are called black swan events, and you cannot prepare yourself for such black swan events. You cannot plan for, prepare is the wrong word. You cannot plan yourself for such black swan events. What you can do is make yourself what people are working on called immunity. The build immunity for your organization or you as an individual, so that you are able to beat those events in terms of sustainability. So I went to the mall this weekend, and there were 10 restaurants in that mall, dine-in restaurants. Only 3 were functional now. The 7 had shut down. The 7 did not have that staying power to pay salaries, to pay rent with very little revenues during COVID. But the 3 are the anti-fragile folks who were able to sustain this black swan event. So they're getting more walk-ins now, and post-COVID, they'll be doing 2x business versus the 7 who shut down. So that's what you have to be. You have to be in that 3 who are able to sustain such hits to your ecosystem, hits to your organization in terms of financials, in terms of loss of customer revenue. You have to create that immunity, that immunity
Yes.
inside your organization to last such events. So that
Yes,
restaurant example is there for folks. That be like the 3. You cannot prepare for these events, but you can surely prepare your organization to fight such events. Transfer to the next stage post these events.
Yes, sir. And there's this question from MBA students, sir, that the biggest challenge, which are the biggest challenges faced by you during the COVID-19 era, and how did you get an idea of starting your business in your life?
Yeah, so we are a consultant to startups, and in fact, COVID was positive for us because we had more startup inquiries because COVID actually changed customer needs. So the startups were struggling to meet these new customer needs which got created, and they were using our services. Some were using our services for investment, finding the right investor which is matching their business. So COVID has been positive for us, as it has been positive for edtech, for e-related businesses, be it education, e-commerce, all the virtual businesses have got a positive impetus. So for us, COVID has been positive for the supports businesses we are in.
Yes, sir. And how did you get an idea of starting your business in your life? Like how?
Yeah, so see, all people, more and more your generation people have that knack for working for yourself, because see, entrepreneurship gives you that opportunity for creating something which uh, can sustain even you. So Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani got this will to build a company, and he built Reliance, and today it's a 3 lakh crore plus the other Reliance company. So, and that time there were out of 1 lakh, there was one such person. Nowadays that ratio has increased significantly. So I was also one of those. I wanted to change the world with my idea, with my innovation. And that's why I started up in the real estate domain. And then we ran it for 3 years. And for the last 3 years now, I'm in the ecosystem building domain. So I believe entrepreneurship is a rare individual, and he should be protected, supported, encouraged, given investment also to make him successful. And that's why we are in this ecosystem building space to support Indian entrepreneurs to be world beaters. In fact, 3 days back, the Mint had a article where Mr. Narendra Modi, a Prime Minister, was talking about how he wants Indian tech innovations to be world beaters. So Indian innovation should be used at a global scale. We are using Zoom, we are using Google. All these are American innovations which we are using. His vision is that some student from Kristu Jayanti or from some Indian institute creates the future Google or the future Facebook or the future Zoom, and we are proud of that as Indians. So that's what we also want to support. If anybody is in that journey, we want to support him in first of all not taking any missteps, and also taking the right steps to succeed, because entrepreneurship is quite a haywire journey. 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs don't last 3 years. So you need that right support, the right decision making capabilities at the right time. So it's a high risk but a high return journey. Elon Musk was almost bankrupt 4 years back. Today he's the third richest person in the world, or second richest person in the world. So that's entrepreneurship. And some people get a kick out of it. They are more than happy being bankrupt in 1 year and then the second richest another year. Some people get a kick, and your generation maybe gets a bigger kick, I believe. So we'll support that kick is what I would like to submit.
Sir, I have questions actually. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, when it's come to a startup, sir, the
Yeah.
main intention is the finance, sir. No
Yeah.
one gets the finance so easily to start up. No one will support them so
Sir, can you
easily.
switch on the video, please, so that we can
Yeah.
see you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
You can
please.
see me now, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So the biggest problem in entrepreneurship in India is the finance, sir. See, government doesn't support and the financial banks doesn't support properly, sir. They want higher rate of interest and higher incomes also.
Yeah. What's your name? Nikhil, right? Nikhil. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nikhil. So that's a biggest misunderstanding of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You can watch the Guru movie, Madhani, and it's reality today also. If you want to be an entrepreneur, money should be the smallest of your worries. In fact, less money makes you smarter in using that money in taking
But
the
for
right
starting
decision.
some larger scale business, sir, you won't require more money, sir. If you
Yeah,
if we
so
can spend, yes, sir.
yeah, so see, uh, if you want to set up a factory to make biscuits, if you want to set up a
Yes, yes,
factory
sir.
to make shirts, all these are, I won't call them startup ideas. All these are not, these are all traditional business ideas. And of course, all traditional business ideas have this challenge of funding. But those are not startup ideas. Startup is something where you have an idea an innovative idea to
Yes, yes,
solve an unsolved problem.
yes,
That's the
sir.
startup. So if you have that, of course, you'll have to initially experiment with your own money or your friends, family, angel money. And after that, investors will be running after you when you become successful. Like the investors are running after Byju's to give them more money when they don't need it. The investors are running after Unacademy and 5 other edtech startups I know of. They
But
don't
at
need the money.
startups, yes, sir. When we want to make an image in the market, sir, then only they will come to us, sir. When we don't have the image, when we'll be in a need of money, sir, then they will not come, no, sir.
No,
In
so
the
I'm saying
initial
at that
stage,
time, you
sir.
don't need big money. At that time, you don't need big money to do what you are doing. Like an academy, they had a very small 200 square feet office 4 years back in Kormangla
Yes,
or
yes,
Indiranagar. They were just a
yes, sir.
team of 2 people. They were trying to build the app, build the tech. That also they had outsourced. So they were not spending big money. Yeah,
Sir,
because they didn't have
can we take
money.
an example of any train manufacturing, sir? It requires huge money, no, sir, like that.
Which manufacturing?
We'll take as a train manufacturing, sir. If we take
Train.
like that, yeah.
Train manufacturing.
Yes, yes, sir.
No, see, any other industry, if I am a banker and I have to give you money, I'll surely rate you on experience. That why are
Yes,
you the best
yes,
person to do this, set up this industry? So I'm
yes,
saying, if you are on that side, it will be your normally. I have my parents have a battery factory, so I'm taking part in that. Of course, I'll grow that factory. I'll make it. That's another kind of business. Yeah. We are
yes,
talking
yes,
about the startup world, which is about innovation, which is about scaling
yes,
quickly, which is about making unicorns,
yes.
billion-dollar corporations. We are talking about those kind of startups. None of these SME ideas will become unicorns even in 10 years. It doesn't even take time. Those are traditional ideas, so they're tougher. You more or less become commoditized. Yeah, you understand me?
Yes,
Like
sir.
there are 12 people doing the same thing. You'll be the 13th person to set up that factory for similar manufacturing. So it'll be tough
Yes,
because the person who manufactures the cheapest only will be able to win the game. And it's not easy competing at a global scale. The India, in fact, is banning Chinese products. But the reality is we cannot compete against Chinese manufacturing cost. Yeah. So it's always
that one is
tough when you are in a traditional business.
at the initial stage, we
Sorry?
do not get a proper support, sir, actually. That's why the business startups fail sometimes.
No, I don't agree with that. In fact, I believe that less students and less folks are getting into this risky journey. And it's
Yes, sir,
increasing,
but
but the good
it
news
take
is
a
it's
small money, sir.
increasing
Yeah.
year and year. Sorry?
A small money can help them start up, sir, because it doesn't require a huge amount of money to start up. So
Agree.
for
That's what I'm
some
saying.
business ideas, it requires more money, sir.
So those
So,
business ideas, as I said, normally are traditional business ideas. They are not startup ideas. Startup ideas
Yes,
don't need big. You can
Second,
outsource. You can
yes,
outsource manufacturing. You can outsource a lot of things today. I know of hyper local players for which the delivery is being done by another startup. So startups are trying to break and solve one problem and taking support of third party to solve the other leg of that problem. So instead of keeping an employee for doing hyper local deliveries, there's another startup who's doing deliveries for them. So that's how you marry pieces without investing big money. That's the startup way of doing things. Because I again repeat, constraint mentality is good for a startup. There'll be innovative solutions in your constraints. If you have
yes,
money in your bank, you'll spend it by keeping 20 employees. And then after 6 months, you realize I'm not able to utilize them. So constraint mentality is good for startups. Don't fight with that. That's good. If you have less money
yes,
as a startup, that's good because I'll innovate with that less money.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
so
Thank you, sir.
related to So
Yeah.
related to monetary factors, there was this one question from CS department, computer science department. That is, what should an entrepreneur know before seeking funds from banks or agencies, and how to get funds to start a new entrepreneurship?
See, I'm again, the one thing, if I can clarify for this entire group of more than 100 folks, is that it's a biggest misunderstanding or misnomer that I need money to start up. Most of the entrepreneurs I know borrowed the initial 5 to 10 lakhs from their friends, family, angels, and started up. So no one got 1 crore in the account and then said, now I am ready to start up. Boss, Isaac, not even a Elon Musk, not even a Bill Gates. Nobody had 1 crore in his account and then he decided to start up. Not no entrepreneur I know of. They started small. They invited similar thinking folks who wanted to solve the same problem. So if I want to solve, say, a problem in hyperlocal, I invited more friends, more with complementing skills. So I know tech, he's a marketing person. Let's team together and see if we can solve the problem. That's the first thing that entrepreneur did. Yeah, is try to find similar folks. They found angels, mentors who could give their time free to them, who could give them small money. Okay, you reach this milestone, I'll give you another 2 lakh rupees. Reach this milestone, I'll give you another 5 lakh rupees. They found such people. They sacrificed their salary for 1 year. Their colleagues were working in another company. They sacrificed all that salary. That sacrifice you have to do as an entrepreneur. But you'll be 100 crore worth after 3 years if all things fall in place. That's the risk and return of being in the entrepreneurship domain. Yeah. So first I told you, find like-minded folks. Second, I told you, find mentors or people who will support you in trying. The most critical thing after that is finding paid customers. So suppose I've created a minimum viable product, an app or a solution for solving some product. The day I find paid customers, that's the day I should celebrate. Choda party karna hai. I've got paid customers for my solution. That means it's working. That's when I speak to the next level of community, the next level of mentors, the next level of investors saying, yeah, now I've got this many worth of paid customers or this many worth of downloads. So we are working with a startup who's got 3 lakh downloads of his app on Play Store. So that gives confidence here. If he's got 3 lakh downloads with this much usage, tomorrow it can be monetized through advertising or through other media. So that's when he's reaching out to the next level of investors, next level of mentors. Yeah. As it's clear now? So first, have very limited money in your bank, either given by your parents, friends. Find people who are trying to solve the same problem. So otherwise you'll be lonely in the journey. And the people who are lonely give up easily. If there are 3 co-founders, like an academy, there were 3 co-founders in a small 200 square feet office with some few techies hired to make the app. So that's how they started, and supported by friends, family, early stage angels. And when you get the first paid customers is when you attract more people. You'll attract more investors, more mentors when you start getting first paid customers. So that means you're solving the problem on any of those 3 axes, on the cost axis, on the wow axis that you're giving a larger wow, or the disintermediation axis that you solve the problem by reducing players in the game. Yeah. You've straight away gone from manufacturer to customer, or straight away gone from local store to house of customer. So you solve that problem on any of these 3 axes. So paid customers is what you should yearn for in this journey. Once you start getting paid customers, everything will follow. The next round of money will follow. The next round of employees will follow. The next round of mentorship will follow. So
So
it's a biggest misnomer. So don't think I need 1 crore in my bank before I can start up. That's the biggest misunderstanding you'll have in your entrepreneurship journey. You need just a few lakh rupees, and घर का खाने का टेंशन नहीं होना चाहिए बस. I'll sacrifice on stay. I'll sacrifice on not buying new clothes with latest mobile. My colleagues will buy who are in a job. That's the limited sacrifice of maximum 2 years, I'll say, before you'll get success, or you'll also realize I'm in the wrong direction. Maximum 2 years, what I know of folks, they've sacrificed and they've got success. Not everybody's got success. It's a risky journey. And that's the other part. So you should be ready for that risk. That I'm ready for the high risk, high return journey.
yes, sir. Then there's this another question which you relate, which is related to this. That is, if you have an idea, is it beneficial if you start up a entrepreneurship with this idea, or go into partnership, or give this idea to a company and then prosper? Like which do you prefer? Because you said partnership is good.
No, ideally, as an entrepreneur, you should be, the idea should be close to your heart, or the idea or the problem should be close to your heart. Yeah. Now, if it's like someone has got an idea to create a satellite to go into space. Now I've designed a satellite now. So of course you need partners because you need big money. You'll start, maybe satellites are designed on. So unless it's a very high tech idea, which needs big money even to take off, like we know a startup who's made a heavy duty drone which can carry up to 100 kg of weight. They've designed it, created the prototype. Now this has military and other applications. Like military only needs drones which can carry 100 kgs of weight. So then it's a different idea. It will need some grants from DRDO and such organizations. So in that case, you'll have to partner. You'll have to partner with other such organizations, because it'll need big money to commercialize a drone which can take 100 kgs of weight. Yeah. So then only you partner. Otherwise, your idea is yours. You should not give it away easily.
Okay, sir. And there's this one question from Sumaya Samran that initially during COVID-19, many small and medium scale businesses went under loss. But
Yeah.
now it is running under no loss, no gain situation. Now, at this situation, what would be your suggestion to improve the business such that it cherishes as it was before COVID-19?
Yeah, so I know quite a few have got parents who are doing traditional businesses. Now, the reality is traditional businesses will be under pressure from new age businesses. So the local kirana will be under pressure from Amazon. The local clothes store and even the big bazaar will be under pressure from Mintra. So that's a reality of life. You'll get less and less peace of mind, and you can blame COVID for that. See, the uh, disruption was happening. COVID, in fact, accelerated that disruption. So I'm sorry to give the bad news that the good times may never return for people who are under duress, right? In fact, Christ had a quote: "The haves will have more, and the have-nots will have whatever little they have also taken away." I believe that's there in the Bible. You can check it out. The haves will have more, and the have-nots, whatever little they have, also will be taken away. Now you can take it in whatever sense. It could be spiritual, it could be trust in God, it could be anything. But uh, so the best advice I can give such entrepreneurs is be the disruptor instead of being the disrupted. But why don't you only build something which is a Amazon clone or something which can fight the Amazons and the Mintras and the Googles and the Facebooks? Invest your energy into building something which will disrupt them instead of always cribbing that they've taken away my business or COVID has impacted my business. There'll be major such impacts. But it's more, if I am the Amazon CEO, I became richer, I became 2x richer. Elon Musk became 10x richer due to COVID. Why is he not complaining? COVID ne mere ko maar diya, COVID ne took away everything from me. Why is Elon Musk not complaining? He's become 5x richer just start and end of COVID if you measure the net worth of Elon Musk before COVID and our own Mukesh Ambani ji. Mukesh Ambani ji is 4x richer than what he was before COVID. Why? Because he's taking part in these disruptions. Jio is a disruption in the telecom space. Yeah. Now Jio is also coming into e-commerce. So they are disruptors. They are not saying COVID khatam ho jayega, so I'll be back to normal. Boss, normal shayad nahi aayega. That's my submission to you. I know it might be slightly brutal or slightly tough to digest, but that's the reality. The normal will never be coming back, is my 2 bits. I know it's tough. I know it's tough to
Mohan,
digest,
unmute.
but that's my.
Okay. Sir, I have a doubt that how to name our startup. That we need a good catchy name for everything, for search engine optimization or everything for finding customers. We need a catchy name for our startup. When we search for domain names or anything, that we can see that all the names are already taken. Even if we are finding some innovative names for our startup, it's already taken. How to give a good name to our startup?
Yeah, so it's a tough problem to solve, but the good news is today you've got so many other dot extensions. So there's .vc, .innov, .biz. There's so many other innovative extensions to you to create your business which are available. But all these new fancy extensions are available for you to take a similar domain name. But it's your challenge. How do you find a innovation? And SEO can happen later. See, SEO has nothing to do with your domain name. You won't get SEO from day one. SEO will come when your domain has that much content which search engine believes a lot of people are hitting to first, and then the search engine will hit to it. So SEO is a later problem to solve. SEO and the name has no correlation. Yeah, have I answered your question?
Question, sir. Now, over to Arya Singh. She'll be asking a few questions to you, sir, from now.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So there's a question by Asim. How to be a business consultant? What are all steps should be followed to become a business consultant?
Arya, switch on the video.
Sir, it is on.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
actually business consultants come through two ways. One is you work in a big consultancy, BCG, McKinsey, such organizations. You start servicing clients through their style, or you come through experience. So someone who's been in the startup ecosystem, seen the startup ecosystem, or the ecosystem he wants to consult into. These are two ways you can get into the consulting world. Uh, of course, gray hair helps. So if you have gray hair, it's easier to be a consultant because they believe you've seen it and done it. That's why you are able to guide. But the second thing which a consultant needs to have is love for data. So data is something, if you have an Excel sheet up to uh, BZ column and 3,562 row, that should even feel you, oh wow, so much data, I can analyze it and I can spend maybe 2 hours to put structure to this data and the data will start speaking to me. So that's the second. You should love data analytics and you should be able to play around with it quickly to give insights. These are the two areas if you are strong in. But the one is, as I said, if you want to be a consultant, get into a good consulting organization, be it Indian or foreign, who's consult in the consulting space, or get into industry experience, and then only you'll be able to consult that space. So I worked in the startup ecosystem, did my own startup. That's why I'm able to build a career in consulting for startups.
So we had few more questions from social work department. So what are
Yeah.
good qualities budding entrepreneurs should have?
Yeah, first of all, the chat is open. Whoever is a budding entrepreneur, just put your name and like you want to start, just name and not even your idea. Your idea is yours. Just your name is there already. Just like I want to be entrepreneur, or just put 2-3 texts so that we can count how many entrepreneurs we have budding future. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur after 7-8 years of work, then don't put your name. Put your name only if you want to be an entrepreneur max 2 years. You want to work for say 1-2 years also, but or you are immediately after your education you want to be entrepreneur. Just put your name and I want to be entrepreneur so that we can count how many. Yeah. So what was the question? Just repeat, Bhavna.
Sir, it was Arya, sir. Her question, 1 minute, so her question was, what are the qualities budding entrepreneurs should have?
Quality. Okay. Quality.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good question. Yeah, one more thing I wanted is all of you just do a hands up like I'm doing. Yeah, just do a hands up, click a selfie, and make it your DP for 2 days. Let people ask you what is that hands up DP you made or on your story or Facebook you put, and you explain them. This I put up my hands up saying I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Yeah, let the world know. Let your parents know, let your friends know that you are a future entrepreneur. Yeah. So you'll do that, two things I told you. Now I'll come back to the question. What are the qualities needed to be an entrepreneur? Uh, Tough to build a persona, so to say, of an entrepreneur. But one is someone who wants to swim against the tide. Yeah. And he's ready to face the resistance of his parents, of society, of friends. He's ready to go against the tide, and he has someone who has high self-confidence. That grit or self-confidence is very high, that whatever challenges come in front of me, I am bigger than my challenges. Yeah. So two qualities I've told you. First is someone who, and it's a rare commodity. Entrepreneurs are not normally so. There are 106 people. I'm assuming maybe 10 or 15, and all of you come for an entrepreneurship call, but still I'm assuming only 15 would be able to do that DP, and we'll be able to put it in the comments. Let's see. I doubt there'll be more than 15. So it's a rare commodity. My journey is not working in an organization. My journey is more risk taking, more high return, high risk space I want to be in. Yeah. And one more quality is somehow your inner voice or that feeling is there that I was born to solve this problem. So some of you may even mature to be social entrepreneurs. But India is
I think Sar is having network issue, I think.
yeah, I got disconnected, I think.
Yes.
the call got disconnected. No.
No, you're there, sir. You're
Hi,
there.
you can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. I can able to hear you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. So I'll continue. So what I was saying, the third point is that somewhere you believe that you are born to solve that problem. Be it a social problem, and in India we see so many problems around us, from poverty to lack of equal opportunity to. So I see so many people who believe that they were born to solve that problem, civic problem or whatever problem they see, and that karma happens. When you start that journey, you will attract the right mentors, you'll attract the right folks who will be able to solve that problem for you. So take the first step. If you have that strong inner voice, take the first step, and the karma will surely come. Yeah. Three qualities I told you. That grit of going against the tide, and that confidence that you'll be able to surmount any criticism, any reverse pressure to not go in the direction. And the third is that strong inner voice. Three qualities I told you of budding entrepreneurs.
Yes, sir. Now the qualities are done, but then there was this one more question where what are the mistakes a budding entrepreneur should avoid, and how can we create a strong customer base?
So somehow both pride and humbleness are there in an entrepreneur. The pride that he's different from the rest of the folks, the humbleness that he cannot win alone. So these are the two sides which are complementing at times and at times contradicting that pride and that humbleness. So till you get a success which really makes you believe that now you can bhaad mein jaye duniya mein, I'm not bothered about the world. Till you get that level of success, the humbleness will help you. Humbleness and what I call dexterity, basically, because that there's one more proverb, when there's a knock on your door, open it. So there'll be opportunity knocking for you, but it will be light. The knock on the opportunity will be light. So they open that doors. So keep having that small eye and that humbleness to hear those soft knocks on your door, which are actually big opportunities. So don't miss them. Don't miss such opportunities when you get them from. Because there's one more nice quote by the Himalayan expedition where they said that when you take steps towards something, then providence moves too. Your luck, favor, everything moves to ensure that you become successful. There's some energy which comes from somewhere and ensures that you become successful. Now, does it happen every time for everyone? No. It needs that patience too, and that baby steps, and that at times taking reverse steps when I believe I'm in the wrong direction, because you get that information also that, okay, you're going in the wrong direction. Be happy to take 2 steps back to take that new journey, which will lead you to success. So be aware of that, and that humbleness will surely help. The humbleness in this space will surely help.
So there was this one question, sir. What kind of firm or product is more likely to get invested on now? And to what extent is the post-COVID scenario gonna affect the businesses? Repeated question, but then
So
yes, sir.
anything to do with bytes today is it's being looked at closely. If you understand, the world is moving from atoms to bytes. So more from physics. So anything to do with good number of computer science folks, good number of folks so anything you can move from atoms to bytes, you will be looked at. Your startup is investable technically, provided it's got paid customers. How will you get paid customers? Using design thinking to experiment, understand customers' needs, create multiple prototypes, see what works, give free POCs first, and then you'll move into paid POCs zone. So that's the journey. And it doesn't require big money. I'm again repeating for the 4th or 5th time, but just ensure that what you are doing is on the byte side versus the atom side. Because if it's atom side, it is going to attract less investor attention, and it's more a traditional business versus a new age business, which is byte based.
Yes, sir. And there's this one more question, that how can cloud benefit businesses during this pandemic? Cloud.
So, in fact, cloud
Businesses.
Cloud supported so many new innovations that today I don't need to do anything as a business, I can still be, my accounts can be up to date using a cloud accounting service. My HR can be up to date using a HR cloud-based service. All these operate in bits at very low subscription cost. So per employee earlier, if I had to create that software, it used to cost me lakhs, even a crore. Today, and that's why Indian SMEs were all manual. So their HR was manual, their salary management was manual, their accounting was partially, Tally was cheap, so it was not manual, so to say, but partially manual. But with the new cloud-based solutions coming to solve each of these individual problems, it's become so easy to become tech-based. So cloud has ensured all this happens, and cloud companies are earning big money because they are able to charge for storage and all these transactions happening in the cloud. So it's win-win for everyone, win-win for the customer, win-win for the service provider who's using cloud-based services. So I don't need to invest money into big servers. Your desktop, even a mobile can help me design a new tech solution. Even my mobile, I don't need to invest even into a desktop or a laptop. It'll be slightly difficult, but it can be done. So
There's
cloud
this
is
one question.
made things so much easier. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So there's this one question from Tajuddin, sir, that if if I have an idea right now, how do I start my entrepreneur journey and still pursuing my undergraduate degree?
So actually, that's the best time to work on your ideas. The reason you got an Institute Innovation Council, you got an e-cell in Kristu Jayanti is for that reason only, because the risk is less. Yeah. It's only that you'll have to remove your free time. Instead of giving it to a Netflix or your Facebook or your Instagrams, you can give it to your idea. It's the best time. You've got an incubation center there. You've got workshops being conducted. You've got contests being conducted to award the best ideas or the best business plans. So take advantage of all that. Take advantage of the mentors who are a part of the Innovation Council. Yeah. So take advantage of all this because you are in the safe zone now. Your parents don't expect you to earn money while you are taking education. Yeah. So right now, if you work on your idea for 1-2 years, work on the problem, not on your idea, but I'm still using the word idea, work on the problem. And if you got paid customers while you are finishing your third year, then you can easily go to the next level, attract the next level of mentors, next level of investors, and you are ready for your startup where you are finishing your final year of your graduation. That's the best time. Only thing you'll have to sacrifice is your free time, which you are actually wasting. If you use that for working on your idea, you'll be even having a working startup by the end of your graduation. And it's possible. And the institution is ready to support, from giving even small seed capital in the form of an award, not to everyone, but the best out of 10, they'll be giving award, mentorship available free for Kristu Jayantians. So all this is available provided you have ready to give your time and energy to your working on your idea or the problem you want to solve.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And after you said I want to be an entrepreneur, many have texted in the group chat telling that I want to be an entrepreneur. So if you check, it'll be
How
nice.
many did you
Nice.
count? I think there are not
No,
more than 10.
yes, sir, but almost 15. I've got
One
personally
five,
also. So yes, sir, almost 15.
1-5. Okay, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
we clap for them, yeah. Good. You got 15 future budding entrepreneurs. You are
Yes, sir.
different, but be happy of your differentness is what I can, if I can encourage.
Even
Happy
in
about
my
your
class, they are
differentness.
given like privately. They have sent me actually instead of sending
Okay.
commonly. They have sent to me because
Yeah.
I've applied. So almost minus also I got around 10. So I think
Okay.
almost the total of 25.
Okay. Yeah. So we are celebrating them. I'm just encouraging them. Be happy and proud of your differentness. You are different than the rest of the students, rest of the student community. And just ensure the selfie is also there. Let people ask you, why are you put a selfie with your hands up? Let people ask you. Yeah. And you answer them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Continue. Yeah. Continue.
yes, sir. And there's this one question: how do you motivate yourself to get work done every day after trying many things? And if at all we fail, how do we come up each time?
Yeah. So it's not easy. But then what will you do? Muhammad Ali said that Muhammad Ali's tournaments, he was a boxer, so his tournaments were known to go up to the 13th round. He used to tire the opponent, actually. He used to get bouts on his face. And he said, how did you win? How did you win? He said, I fell down 15 times, I got up 16 times. That's how I won. I fell down 15 times. So that willpower is there in each of us. Just imagine getting boxed on your face for almost uh, 50 minutes and still having that willpower to, I believe as an entrepreneur, our situation won't be worse than a Muhammad Ali. So if he has that willpower to get up after getting boxed for whatever 50 minutes, God would have given us slightly will. So it's just that convincing. Achha, what will you do otherwise? What will you do? I failed as an entrepreneur. What do I do? Should I commit suicide? I have to get up and start the journey afresh. That's expected and it will come naturally. You don't have to. In fact, it's like we get worried about a worry. We don't get worried about real things. What troubles us is the worry of the worry. Yeah?
The
So if you just,
consequences.
the worry of the worry of getting worried, the worry of failing, all these are just then we'll face it. Yeah? And God has given us as much energy as he has given Muhammad Ali to get up one more time than the number of times we fall. And that's the mantra of all entrepreneurs. They get up one more time. Just look at the history of so many entrepreneurs, how many times they failed. No, there's no entrepreneur I know who's not failed. And that's made them humble. The beauty is that's made them humble. They've realized that we failed and we succeeded. So that's why we should be humble with whatever we've got as an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
And
And
India,
then
actually, I use the word
there is one
society
more question.
just as a larger impact because I believe in India, failure is not, so our society is kind of failure averse. Our parents are failure averse. So that's why they guide students to take up jobs. Yeah. But that's where your inner strength will show. You have to swim against the tide. But when you win, these all same parents will be proud of you. Right? See the story of Mr. Mustafa, who's the founder of ID Foods. He's an IIM Bangalore guy. He would have easily got a lovely job, but he spent almost 1.5 years with his cousin trying to understand the ID batter business. Can it be converted to a brand? Yeah, he could have easily got a wonderful job. And look at his history. He didn't have money to pay even the fees, but still somehow he got support from somewhere and he became an MBA from IIM Bangalore. And today he is the founder of a 500 crore company, PC Mustafa. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Very inspiring, sir. So there's this one question that is there any particular strategy that is sustainable to get a successful entrepreneurship set in business world, in business market?
Unfortunately, if there was a formula, I would have written a book and everybody would have read that formula and become successful. Every entrepreneur's journey is unique. Every entrepreneur whoever I've understood, studied, every entrepreneur's journey is unique. But the good news is that uniqueness only gives that opportunity to create something big. Yeah? So there's no formula for successful entrepreneurship. That's what I can tell you. There's no formula. Every entrepreneur's journey is unique. He has to discover his own unique success journey. Every entrepreneur has to discover his own, and no third party can guide him for that. Yeah, he has to discover his own
Yes, sir.
unique success journey. But it is there. I can assure every person who is an entrepreneur, even after failure, there is a success at the end of failure. So just have that perseverance to ensure that you are there when success comes, or success is knocking at the door and you've given up. Yeah, so don't do that. Start this
So no
journey
success
thinking there will be
mantra, sir.
failure, but there will be success after failure. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Varma,
Yes,
will you
sir.
say
No
something?
success mantra, you say. No success
No
mantra, you mean?
success mantra.
Because there's one person.
No
Yeah.
standard success mantra. Only success mantra in one word. If I have to give, perseverance. Perseverance.
Okay, sir.
Just persevere in what you are doing. Persevere means until you've gone. Buddha wanted nirvana. So he spent whatever years till he got that nirvana. He didn't give up. He almost died 3 times, but he didn't give up. So that's what, don't give up till you get your nirvana or till you get your success.
Yes, sir. What are the areas that were costly and time consuming while setting up an entrepreneur business? What do you say, sir, for this?
Yeah, so see, first, as you get success, you'll attract investors. Building the first team is very critical. The first set of 10 people whom you hire have to be the right people to ensure that they make 1 plus 1 11. Otherwise, they'll take a lot of effort to fighting with each other and not creating that future success using that team inside. So the first 10 hires is very critical. People make mistakes during that next step. First, they've got the successful idea, paid POCs, they've got investors. then when they start building the team, they make mistakes during that time, which is needs to be avoided. That's why take help from outside, take help from mentors, have a advisory board before you take these next steps in your journey.
Yes, sir. So there are many similar questions, sir. So that's it for today, sir. This session, all the questions are done, sir. Thank you, sir, for making the session very enriching and patiently answering all the questions of everyone. Certainly, today's session will motivate the budding entrepreneurs to become successful, taking you, sir, as inspiration. Now, I'd like to call upon Miss Shirley
Before
Gracia.
call, Bhavna, wait.
Sorry,
Maybe
sir.
we can, if any students, if you have any questions, maybe one or last two questions we can have it
Okay, sir.
from the audience. From the audience,
Yeah, you can even unmute and ask. You can unmute and ask also if you want.
last two questions we can have. We can take it.
Sir, do you have anything to say from your personal experience in your journey? From your life, do you have any quote or anything, sir? There's this one question from
Yeah,
19
so I've got
CS
a book
38 something.
written on leadership called Experiments in Leadership. So if anybody wants to know more about Girish Bhatta, it's my personal journey only of 23 years, both as an entrepreneur, as an employee. You can check it. It's available on Amazon. You'll find a lot of quotes from me in this book. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, before going, can I have a request? Can everyone come in, switch on your video? Can we have a photo?
Murganda sir, please share this on social media. Matlab, let others also, maybe alumni, maybe others who not attended also take benefit of today's
Sure,
session. Yeah?
sir. Sure.
And you
I'll
can
do that.
tag me also so that I can tag it to me on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and I'll also share.
Sure, sir. Sure. I'll do that.
And thank you, Bhavna. You were really patient. Thank you. You've conducted it quite well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I request everyone to smile.
So I'm just capturing the screenshots. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any words you wanted to convey, sir, or anything you want to say, sir?
No, best of luck. God bless for your entrepreneurial journey or your journey. And COVID or no COVID, someone who wants to thrive in life will thrive. In fact, I hope and pray that many of you thrive in whatever direction you take for the future. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I'd like to call upon Miss Shirley Gracia of First MCA to convey the vote of thanks.
Having gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and not presenting it. Good afternoon to one and all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Girish Batra, co-founder, Jumpstart Business Consulting, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We wish our gratitude to Father Principal and CMI management for their constant support and encouragement. We are grateful to Dr. Muruganandam A., President IISc, for his words of encouragement. His able guidance has always encouraged us. I thank him for his kindness, his interest, his hospitality, and continued support. Thank you, sir. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Birudu Raju, event coordinator, for his valuable contribution. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to IIC faculty coordinators, IIC student coordinators, EIC faculty and student coordinators for their valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in all our effort. Thank you, teachers and coordinators. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all my fellow Jayantins for being a wonderful audience. Once again, and thank you all, and I remain.
Thank you, Shirley, for you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, with the kind permission of Muruganandam sir, shall we wind up?
No, any words from Murugananda sir? Sir, you want to say anything?
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Whenever we are approaching, immediately you are responding our request and then giving a session, as well as you have been our mentor as well as investor. So there are many students are get benefit out from your session, as well as we are looking forward more support from you in terms of mentoring as well as in terms of investment. So thank you, sir. Once again, bottom of my heart, as well as from the management, we are thanking once again. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Okay.
Thanks.
Can I close the meeting, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can close.
Thank you. Once again, thank you all.